Hey, and welcome to Kathy's Infinite Movie Music Playlist. We are live in the stream, all things music, movies, and 80s is what we talk about here at Kathy's movie music playlist, Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist. Again, we probably will have a change in the the theme or the show eventually. I just have been pretty busy working on some stuff. But tonight's theme, let me get uh-oh. Whoa. Is my tassel on the right side? Who knows? I can't do all right. So tonight's theme is in honor of our graduates. So we are going to celebrate them, and I am bringing back my special guest. Okay, I'm gonna have to go without the thrills today, but exciting nevertheless. Hopefully, we got sound, we got everything in the mix. Uh, we probably will be going to a slightly different format, but I haven't had chance to change like the visuals and all, so it's me. And still using the same format, Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist. We're going to work on it because it's probably going to be a partnership. And my brother had so much fun last week. He wanted to come back, and I see him in the waiting room. Hopefully, he is not eating, and we can get him
No,
on the show.
I'm not eating. I'm not eating.
You're not eating.
I'm not eating. I ate before this started.
Thank you. Thank you
So
so much for not eating on
I,
tonight's.
I will take a sip of my drink every once in a while because my throat and my lungs, I have to drink things. So, okay. We're good
Well,
though.
I meant to go up and get something to drink, and I forgot, and I left what I was gonna
Because
have
I,
to
I
do.
spent the last 2 hours preparing.
Oh, wow, so you are way
And I was
prepared.
and my friend's daughter made shepherd's pie. So I was eating shepherd's pie and preparing.
Okay.
So,
Messing with the lights because evidently my batteries are dying, but okay.
okay. Yeah, I was watching you
Uh-huh.
and you were on there and you were filling with the hat, and I'm over here like you got
It's
you
a
got the
mortar
headset
board.
on. You got the headset on. Forget the hat.
Okay.
See, my stuff is in storage, so I don't have my none of my high school stuff. It's all in storage. If I known, I'd have went and got it. That we were doing that. I gotta fix my beard.
Okay.
You gotta,
Well, again, I can't find my collar or anything, so
right.
I'm totally without the collar. So, usually with the playlist, I try to go with some kind of theme that we talk about. Again, we don't have the rights to any of the music. We're just going to be sharing with you some links. So if you are following us along on Facebook, oh, I'm dropping things too. If you're following us on Facebook, you can follow those links. I can't believe my one light went out. Oh well, I still have this light, so that's good. It's just very bright. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Hold on
playing
a
with the
second.
lights, which I know I should have done before we went live, but I still haven't gotten the position quite right so that I can
Yeah, I mean your light looks fine. My light looks kind of like it could probably. It looks like I'm too bright, but
well,
it's
I still have it. It still shines on the glasses, and I haven't figured out a way to not get it to like totally like so that you see my screen in the glasses. So it's still a work in progress. We'll keep working on it till we get it right. Again, we are saluting the class of 2020 by taking you back in time to the 80s, the best time for
yes,
movies, for
yes.
just pop culture in general. And we probably are going to have a poll. See, look at all my notes. I've been so busy working for our graduates, working on a graduation video, and that's kind of consumed my time. So I haven't spent that much time uh, in the playlist this week, which is why, again, you still see that it's still like, on me with the logos and everything because I just haven't had time to
Just
work
leave
on a
me
new
out.
logo.
Leave me out. I'm okay with that.
We are streaming to you live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube, and again, it's Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist until we work on a new name. And if you are following us on YouTube, if you could subscribe, if you're with us here on Facebook, click the like. That would be cool, or the care huggy. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the like.
Uh, the
You that
laugh
new
button.
chair huggy, man. That's kind of weird looking to me. I don't know.
You don't
I don't
like the
know if I
hug?
like the chair huggy. I don't know if I. eh.
Oh, I like the care
Where's the
huggy.
where's the dislike button? That's what I'm looking for. I'm waiting for the dislike button.
Well, there's an angry face
No,
button, but nobody wants the angry
when
face
somebody
button.
posts something really stupid, I want to be able to say I dislike this. That's what I want. But
Okay.
anyway,
Well, you know
back
what?
to your
There's
'80s
so much
music.
going on in the world. We don't have time for that dislike. We're
True,
all about
true.
positivity and having a good time. And here on the playlist, we're talking movies and music. Now, in the 80s, we had a boom of really cool music and songs from movies with a school theme.
Yes,
Now, this playlist is going to be a little weird tonight, and I only have a few, and you said you came prepared, Kenny, so I imagine
I
you are
came.
prepared.
What I did
So,
was I went through the movies of the '80s that had schools, and I went through the ones that had songs that you remember about that movie. Like there's a lot of movies from the '80s about schools. Like say,
mhm.
for instance, just one of the guys. It's an '80s movie that's kind
Oh,
of
I
like a
love
cult
Just One of the
classic. It's
Guys.
about school, but there's really
Uh-huh.
not any songs in that movie that are memorable that stand out. Like the Breakfast Club has "Simple Minds," "Don't Forget About Me," and that stands out to everybody. You hear "Don't Forget About Me," you think of the Breakfast Club. But when you hear, there's no song that you hear that makes you think of just one of the guys, or there's really not a song that you hear that makes you think of Summer School, the movie Summer School. That was another '80s school movie.
Oh, Summer School was
You know, it
Oh,
also
wait.
was '80s. You
You know
know, it
what,
also was
Kenny? Kenny, can I tell you something?
yes.
If you don't have earphones in your PC, you probably need to turn the volume down because when I talk, we get a horrible reverb.
Okay, let me see if I have. Let me see. I have headphones.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah,
you might
let me get
want
my
to just
headphones. Bear with me. I'm gonna get my headphones.
plug those in. That'll be cool. And
Oh,
thank you so much. We are in the mix. It's Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist. Like I said, we might go through a name change, but for now we're going with our original. And this week we are featuring movies and music and talking all things 80s. And actually the first song on the playlist, and you can find these songs on the Facebook page if you're
is that
following
better?
me on Facebook. And huh?
Is that better?
Oh, that's a little better because when I talk, I'm not hearing a reverb, so that's all good. Um, oh wait, how do I do picture in picture? I don't know how to do that. Uh,
But you can still hear me, right?
yeah, we can still hear you.
You ain't got to say it like that.
We can hear you loud and clear. Okay, so here's the cool thing. Don't you forget about me. Simple Minds is actually not my favorite Simple Minds song. They had one song called "All the Things She Said"
Yes.
about Winnie Mandela, and that's a Simple Minds song that I totally love. But don't you forget about me. The minute you hear those first three, hey, 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 everybody, that song, that movie. And you can almost see Judd Nelson's fist just like raising in the
In the
air.
air.
Um, because again, he wound up with the preppy girl in the end.
Yes.
So that's a really really cool.
You know what I would also like to mention about that movie,
Mhm.
because in that movie, that's the popular song. But there
Right.
was also another song from a very popular scene in that movie. "We Are Not Alone" by Carla DeVito. That's the scene where they put the music on and they're all dancing around the library. We
Hmm.
are not alone. And I just pulled that out because that was a real popular scene in the movie with music that, kind of made you think of that movie.
We are not alone.
By Carla DeVito.
Okay. All
And that's
right.
the scene. That's the scene where Ali McSheen's character ends up on the ground and she's So
Okay. So hey, let's throw it up in the playlist because that's what we're about on Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist. We Are Not Alone by Carla DeVito. Was that her
yeah,
only hit or only?
it might have been her only hit. I don't know, unless she was like a punk star back then. I don't know. I'm not sure. It
What
sounds more like
is
a
she
punk vibe to
sing?
me.
Didn't she do the duet with Meatloaf? Is that
Um, which one? That long, infinite
I will do
song.
anything,
I would do anything. I
anything
don't
for
know. I don't
love,
know.
but
I
I
don't know.
won't
I don't
do
know.
that.
Um, I don't know if that was her. Call
I
it
don't know.
DeVito.
Can somebody verify in the chat for us if we have the right Carla DeVito, or is that somebody
Yeah,
totally different?
yeah.
What?
No,
No?
no, nobody's verifying that yet. I don't think anybody's looking at that yet. I'm looking
I
at
don't
the
think anybody's looking at us.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
basically,
There's people looking at us. We're talking about 80s music from the movies about schools. So, um,
well, we started off with Breakfast Club and Don't You Forget About Me.
yes,
And I just posted up the Carla DeVito song. I believe the clip is just showing the cover album art and not the dancing scene where they're all dancing in the library. Actually, I wanted to start off, but since we went down that road, the movie I wanted to start off with, there were actually two movies, and one was from the 80s. It was 1981. It's not really about school, but it was school age kids. And I don't know if you remember this film. It was called Porky's.
yes, I had that on my list.
Oh,
Porky's.
so Porky's was now. See, the thing about Porky's though was it it was set in the 50s. So,
So,
and it was weird because during the 70s, it seems like there was a lot of nostalgia for the 50s,
right.
aka Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, all those shows. But by the 80s, I thought we were coming out of it. But Porky's was 1981.
And we
So,
also, too, besides Porky's, we had Peggy Sue Got Married in the 80s, which was back in the
oh,
60s or the 60s. I think that's pretty much the 60s. So we had Peggy Sue Got Married. See, I've been researching.
wow, that's good. That is really good.
And but yeah, so we had Porky's, and a lot of songs in the Porky's. Um, there was like a lot of Hank Williams on that soundtrack. The Platters, Patty Page, Chuck Berry, things from that era were on there. But it was a lot. It was like four Hank Williams songs on that soundtrack.
From Peggy Sue,
No, from Porky's. From Porky's.
From Porky's. Well, you know what, the song I picked and the song I threw in the playlist tonight was actually from uh, a song called Shaboom, and only because I just like the sound of it, so that's why we're throwing that one on the playlist. So yeah, it's kind of like retro, not really 80s, but hey, it's movie music, and
I
I
want to.
think it works for our purposes.
I think talking about these movies, I have someone on the stream that I'm sharing. Cheryl Toombs is saying, "Oh goodness, y'all are taking me back." I want to shout out to Kellyanne and Lenora, and Tamika just joined in. Tamika Brown, my
Okay. Oh,
my
so
good friend.
they're following on your watch parties.
Yeah,
I usually I
I
can
got
see that if
yeah,
if they were on mine, I would be able to see the comments and I could actually
Yeah,
put them
yeah.
on the
So,
screen.
but Cheryl says we are taking her back.
Take it back to the 80's
Take back
because
to
I
the 80s.
graduated not only middle school or not. I'm sorry, not only high school but also college in the 80's. So a lot of throwback. Porky's, man, that's a real.
Porky's,
But
Porky's.
Peggy Sue
I
got
got, I,
married. I
I,
forgot all about that one.
I got the pig's tooth. When he gets
What
beat
other
up, he
good
says, "I got
songs
the
were
pig's tooth."
from? Huh?
Well, good songs are from what? Which
Peggy
movie?
Sue got married.
Peggy
That
Sue
movie.
got married. Really didn't. It's kind of like the same thing. It had a lot of songs from the '60s, a lot of already made songs. The one song that I want to point out, though, there was a scene in Peggy Sue Got Married where Nicolas Cage and Jim Carrey, being one of his friends, and all his other friends, they sang a song called "He Don't Love You." And Nicolas Cage was singing with his friends, and Jim Carrey in his younger years was one of the friends, and they were singing a song and "He Don't Love You," and when they were in the basement party.
Oh wow, that's
So
yeah, Peggy Sue got married. That was 1986.
yes,
1986. But
Peggy
again,
Peggy
set.
Peggy Sue Got Married in 1986.
I wonder. I hope they have that on. That there's video clips from that.
I
On
I'm
YouTube. We'll we'll,
I
we'll
want
take
to
a look.
I want to respond to a comment. Cheryl Toom says the movie Sweet 16, and that movie is 16 Candles, and we will be talking about that.
Okay, you got that in your mix too.
I have that on my list. Yes, 16
Well,
Candles.
didn't they also do I Wonder Why?
No, no, they
Because
only did one song. He
oh,
might
I
have
thought
sang a song in a booth by himself or something because he was an aspiring singer. And at one point in the movie, one of the girl, when they were singing in the basement, they go, "Oh, Charlie's going to be a singer, and he's going to be awesome one day." And she's like, and since she's from the future, she's like, "Man, not really, but it is what it is. He's really not going to
but
be great. I've seen the future. I know how the story's going to end."
so wait, what's the song that they sang
They
from
sang, they sang, "He Don't Love
Peggy?
You." He Don't Love You. And it's built on the soundtrack is billed as Nicolas Cage with Pride and Joy.
Nicholas. Oh, okay. Hmm. And
That's what it's
Jim
billed as.
Carrey in there, a
Jim Carrey
young
was
Jim
one of
Carrey.
a young Jim Carrey was one of the friends.
Wow,
I'm
that
on
is
top. I'm on top of it like it was a horse.
yeah. You are writing it. Oh,
Yes,
that is awesome.
yes,
I'm copying and pasting it. I gotta put that in the playlist. That goes in the playlist.
yes. So but um, Natalie's on, and my friend Lisa's on, and just want to say hi to you guys. But anyway, so what do you have? Because I'm excited for one reason about this list of '80s movies about schools, and this actually had a
Okay.
graduation at the end of the movie.
Oh, a graduation at the end. Was that back to school?
Nope, Grease 2.
Hmm. Oh gosh.
Grease 2 was on my list because Grease 2 done in 1982. And it was a musical, so none of the songs were like pop songs on the radio, but it was a musical, and it was Grease 2. And at the end, they threw their hats up. We're all in this together. We're forever.
No, 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 no. That's not what we do here. We
Okay,
we we don't
just,
sing the
I'm just,
songs.
just saying.
We can't sing. We can talk about the
Okay,
songs. We can talk
okay,
about the movies. We can reminisce and talk about the memories. But
okay.
no. Oh hey, oh Anthony
Shirley,
Rizzo. Hey, Tony Rizzo is watching, and
okay.
I
Tony,
know our favorite song between Tony and I from the 80's is definitely it's not from a movie, but we're gonna sidetrack, but it is Janet Jackson and What Has He Done for You
what
Lately?
has he done for you
Uh,
lately?
Again, Kenny, we don't sing here.
Oh, we don't sing. Okay.
That's not what we do.
I got carried away.
All right. Uh, looks like Natalie is giving a vote of confidence for Grease 2 for
Natalie, that's my
some odd
girl. That's my girl.
some odd
That
reason.
is the woman. Natalie's my girl.
So
So,
it looks like you probably did more research than me because I was pulling on some of the just classic movie, the ones that kept coming in my head all had music that was probably older than the 80s because again I was thinking about Porky's and also Back to the Future
right.
because
Back to the Future. Yes, I had Back to the Future. Actually, the first one on my list is Back to the Future. Back to the Future is
that is
known
so
for
freaky. You can see my list. Back to the
is
Future is the first one on my list too.
and the thing about Back to the Future, it also has a lot of songs from the 50s in it, like the other movies that we talked about. By the way, Cheryl Toom says that you really have a radio voice, she said.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you,
A
Cheryl.
voice
That
and a face for
yeah,
radio.
yeah. My voice sounds like crap, but you have a radio voice. Anyway, Back to the Future is one of the things that kind of put Huey Lewis and the News on the map for good with the two songs from that, "Power of Love" and "Back in Time." And also songs that come back from the past because this is a time when a lot of songs are being retroed, and Johnny Be Good and Earth Angel were very popular and instrumental in that movie also.
Earth Angel is also a part of the Porky's soundtrack
Yes,
too.
yes, Earth Angel is
So,
part of, and I
so
think
I
Earth
did do
Angel,
some research.
I believe Earth Angel was in Peggy Sue Got Married. It might have been in something else. I know I wrote that down somewhere else. I
Uh, Earth
believe.
Angel is in Peggy Sue Got Married. Oh wait,
Yes.
is it in Peggy Sue Got Married? Yes. So Earth Angel was all over the 80s movie music landscape. That's awesome.
Okay. And we're still not
So
doing Earth Angel.
we're
Earth Angel.
still not
We're
singing.
still not singing.
What is the song from Grease 2 so I can post that up in my Facebook feed. Again, we are
There
talking
are
all
no.
things 80s movie music. It's Kathy's Infinite 80s Movie Music Playlist with my co host, Kenny Walker. And like I said, I've been busy working on this graduation video. So maybe next week once I finish, I'll have more time and I can actually work on a new kind of logo and a new backdrop so that we can come up with our new show which will be I don't know Kathy and Kenny's. I like Kathy and Kenny talk pop culture, but are
I
you
I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do some technical things over here. I like I like
okay? Tony says Grease to oh Cool Rider. Was that on
Cool
Grease
Rider.
too?
Yes, yes. Cool Rider.
Again, we don't sing here.
Okay.
We, we don't sing here. Um, so Cool Rider with I guess I gotta go back and watch Grease too. I
Well,
sat through it once, but
I think one of the best songs on that is Reproduction.
the reproduction song from Grease 2.
I
Okay.
love Reproduction. I love Reproduction.
Lovely. So,
And then the next one will be Who's That Guy?
who's that guy? That's from Grease 2?
Yeah, who's that guy? Where did he come from? Where is he? Who's that guy? Where can I get one? Who's that guy? Up on a cycle. I wonder what they say if they knew it was Michael. Who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Who's
Okay.
that guy?
It's okay. So that's the Grease 2 one we will put up in the playlist.
Okay,
Grease 2, who's that guy?
so you want another movie?
Uh I guess so. I guess I can handle another movie.
Okay, as long as what? You're gonna
It's
like
not
this one.
Grease 2.
You're gonna like this one.
Well, I know.
Ferris Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay, that was the second movie on my list. You know what? We should come up with a theme every week and each come up with lists because it's just
We
kind
should,
of creepy that your
we should.
list is mirroring my list.
Yeah, well, Now on Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the one popular song that was in that was Yellow. Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? My first, I think not the first, but maybe the second time I did Kathy's Infinite playlist on a Saturday night. Oh yeah, it was definitely in the mix. And you know why? Because it relates to two different 80s movies. Uh both well, one, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and most people know that one, but it was also in a Michael J. Fox movie, The Secret of My Success.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And
Yes.
to me, it's like the funniest, one of the funniest scenes in the movie where there's doors opening and shutting and closing. And see, it looks like Natalie agrees with me. No, well, no signing. I'm going to. Oh no, I'm sorry. No
No singing.
singing.
No singing. No singing.
No singing.
Natalie, you on my team until then. I've had people pay to hear me sing.
Not a lot. Okay, so let's
Okay.
see.
So yeah.
It's
Okay.
once again. It is Saturday night. We are starting. We usually go 8:30 to 9:30. We started at 9. There was no way I was competing with former President Obama. So um, since the whole country was celebrating graduates tonight with that special live broadcast from 8 to 9, I decided let's just swing the playlist a little later. So if you are watching the playlist, give us a like on Facebook, or if you are watching it on our YouTube channel, you can find it on YouTube, Kathy's Infinite 80s Movie Music Playlist. It's on my YouTube channel, youtube.com, K-Walk Comedy. It's I don't know if you can see it in the logo. Oh wait. Oh, you can't see the whole logo because the chair is in the way.
Yeah.
But
Chairs in the way. Chairs in the way.
the chair is in the way. But anyway, that's all our logo stuff. And I've lost my mortarboard, and just as well because with the headphones, couldn't see it anyway. All right. What is? Oh wait, did I didn't post the last movie? And again, I apologize because I'm trying to post. I'm talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm talking to
Um.
you. And
It was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Is
Ferris,
the last one.
Ferris. Okay.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And oh yeah, and also in the
Well, see,
retro.
the tune I picked was not "Oh Yeah" for Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's actually the parade scene.
Shit. Yeah.
Uh,
Twist and shout.
hey, language. No,
I didn't curse. I said twist and shout.
okay.
I said, oh yeah, no, you didn't hear
I
curse
thought I
words.
heard a potty mouth word.
No, not for me. Sweet innocent me. No. I was saying, yeah, twist and shout.
Twist and shout. Oh, but he doesn't start off with twist and shout. Do you know what song he starts off with?
Donkey Shane.
Oh, okay.
I
I was.
told you I came prepared.
I hear you. I hear you. All right. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Although technically, is that really a school movie? Because
Yes.
really, he was cutting school. So
Yeah, but it was because it took place. Some of it took place in school when they were all talking about him and on the phone with him, and when he picked up his girlfriend and he's kissing
oh,
her, and the
that's
principal goes, "So that's how it is in that family."
it's very disturbing.
That's
What the
how it is.
mind
Yeah,
remembers. Um, actually,
that's funny.
the actor who played that role recently passed away.
The principal.
Um, yeah, he wasn't the principal. He was the assistant principal.
Oh,
Ah.
that's why he was power tripping. I know at one
Hey,
point.
hey, hey. On behalf of assistant principals everywhere, I will not have you disparage the assistant principalship. We're
Well,
serious folk. Even
well,
if we have to
anyway,
do the discipline, we are serious people.
I know at one point he got in some legal trouble, and I know he was in Howard the Duck. So he didn't
He
do a
was
lot of
in
acting.
Howard. Well, that is trouble.
Yeah,
Howard the
yeah,
Duck.
yeah.
Just
He was in Howard the Duck, but I know after he did that, he got in some. After he did one of those movies in the '80s, you don't see him in too many movies up until he died because I believe he got in some really bad legal trouble. So you know,
wow. That was Jeffrey Jones who played Ed Rooney,
Ed Rooney,
the
yes.
assistant principal that you just did not want to cross paths with. And maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm thinking of the assistant principal in the Breakfast Club that passed away. So
Yeah, he
Jeffrey
did.
Jones.
Yeah, well, no, the principal in the Breakfast Club did pass away. He was
Okay.
also in Die
But he
Hard.
wasn't the principal either. I think he
He
was the
wasn't
assistant principal.
really.
Listen, I don't know much, but I know now, if you want to talk principals, then you could talk, Jim Belushi, because he was the principal. I don't know if you
He
ever
was
saw
the.
that movie.
I Yes, I did
Um,
see that movie. Rick.
but oh my goodness. You know what? Was it the 80s? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Go on with your list. I don't want to mess up your list. Do you have another one for the list?
Yes, Fast Times at Ridgemount High. It says school
Okay.
all over it.
You you are freaking me out. You are freaking me out
We probably looked at the same list.
because, well, no, I if you look at the order of my list, well, it's a little out of order, but I had Back to the Future, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Breakfast Club, and well, anyway, but
Well,
for
the one song that's very memorable on Fast Times at Ridgemount High is Jackson Brown, Somebody's Baby Tonight. What?
that's a song I picked.
That's the song?
That's the song I picked. Oh, you're like a freak of nature.
Yeah. Great minds think alike and better minds think like Kenny Walker.
Oh, you're really scaring me now.
But no, so yes, Jackson Brown. Now, also too, another popular song, and I don't know where it came on in the movie, but a very popular song in that movie was Tom Petty, American Girl. So that was a very
was
popular
that
song at the
in?
time. That was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I just
Are
don't
you
know when they
sure?
played it yet. I'm positive. I
Hmm.
researched. I did my research, and in the process of doing my research, I wanted to bring up one of my favorite parts of that movie, and that's when
Which is,
Damone gives his dating advice, where he tells him like you got to act like you don't care whether she comes, stays, lays, or prays. You got to be cool. It's your attitude. I use that in my dating advice, and that's why I'm free at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night.
now see, I was thinking it's because of COVID-19. We're all kind of stuck at home, so I figured let's be stuck at home doing something fun and reliving these memories from the
Right. Well,
80s
you know
because it's
that
just a
that too.
decade that I love.
Okay. Thanks for the save. We'll go with that. So say we'll go with that too. So you want to move on to my next one?
Oh, you know what? I probably need to post one in the stream. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Somebody's
But I,
baby by
I I
Jackson
do
Brown.
have to acknowledge this comment because I love you, Natalie.
Both
She
of
said
you are
we're
preacher
both
nature.
freaks of
Yeah.
nature, so
I'm okay with that.
we're twins. We're like what is it? Wonder Twin Powers activate.
Activate. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta right on the
I got it. I don't know what my they're like
okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Form of a good looking black man.
Anyway, it's Saturday night. We're hanging out. It's Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist with my very special guest and one of my favorite brothers, Kenny Walker.
I'm your only brother.
Okay, so we are in the playlist.
So
We are deep into the playlist. So, what else is on your? Oh, wait. Let me post something. I think the last thing I posted was Ferris Bueller, but we had some other songs that we talked about.
mhm.
What was? Oh yes, Fast Times at Ridge Mountain High.
Somebody's baby.
Jackson Brown. Oh, I love
Jackson
that
Brown.
song.
Somebody's baby. Oh, we're not supposed to say. Okay.
What's that?
No, no, nothing, nothing.
Okay. So again, paying homage to our class of 2020 graduates, we are picking songs from movies and talking movies that talk about school, being in school, being out of school, school's out for summer, just about everywhere. School is home for most folk of late, but we are celebrating the class of 2020 with a little playlist that is geared to your school selection. So, Kenny, what is next on your list?
Well, next to my list is 16 Candles.
Okay. So now I'm not a freak. I did not have 16 candles on my list, but again, like I said, I didn't spend a
Well,
whole
16
lot of
Candles.
time.
So I only said 16 Candles because we had somebody listening who mentioned 16 Candles. Bruce is
Mhm.
on. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? Somebody who mentioned 16 Candles. And they really didn't have any
16
songs.
candles from 1984.
Yes, and it really didn't have any songs on it that stood out for the movie. It was such a good movie, it really didn't need it. But the popular songs that were in that movie were "Young Americans" by David Bowie and "Young Guns"
Oh, I
by
love it.
Wham. Wham,
I
Young Guns was in that movie.
love Wham. I
Yes,
love Wham.
so Young Guns was in 16
Okay, can I
Candles.
tell my cool 80s concert story?
Yes, tell your cool '80s concert story.
I mean, it's not that it's cool, but again, the 80s was just such a cool time because I actually did get to see Wham in concert live. Me and Michelle Carter, best friend, we went to see Wham live, and you will never guess who the opening acts were.
Who?
Katrina and the Waves
Oh
and
wow!
Shaka Khan.
Wait, hold,
Shaka
time out.
Khan,
Shaka Khan opened for Wham.
yeah.
What, what kind
It
of
was Katrina and the
reverse?
Waves, Shaka Khan, and then Wham. It
Shaka
was
Khan
the
opened for
80s.
Wham. It was okay.
Shaka Khan opened for Wham.
Oh,
It was a different place and a different time, but
okay.
yeah. Oh, you know what? You know what song is in 16 Candles?
What?
Spandau Ballet.
True.
Oh, are we going back to the 80s or what, people?
Ba-da-da.
Spandau Ballet. This much is true. Come on. I think
Yes.
at one was it
What
16
scene was
Candles?
that?
Huh?
Well, I'm trying to think what scene that was.
With True?
Yeah, because it sounds like it's sticking out in my mind. Like I know that scene.
We're gonna have to go back and watch the whole movie.
I'm gonna have to
Now
watch
wait,
the whole
was it
movie.
16 Candles? Am I thinking of the right movie? That is the movie with Ducky, right?
No, 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 no. That's the next movie on my list. Pretty
Okay,
in Pink.
okay. Because I know, right, Pretty in Pink. I see. I get it's the whole John Hughes and Molly Ringwald thing. But oh wow, 16 Candles did feature True by Spandau Ballet, and there is nothing more 80s than Spandau Ballet.
No, nothing at all. Nothing at
But
all.
but yeah, how do you like?
Um, I don't like what.
Oh no no, it's all you. Go ahead.
Oh, so I was going to move on to Pretty in Pink
Okay.
because, of course, if you leave OMD,
Oh my gosh, I love it if you leave.
if you leave
OMD.
OMD,
Did they have another hit besides If You Leave?
I don't. I think they might have, but not really. No, if we can't think of it, we were both DJs in our past. If we can't think of an '80s hit from OMD, they didn't really have one. It's I
It didn't happen.
they gave the world If You Leave from Pretty in Pink. So, and the thing about it is that it mentions the movie in there. 7 years, how he waited for her. And interesting story about that movie. The guy that played the love interest, not the guy that played Ducky, I forget his name. And I should have it and look it up, but the guy who played the love interest, um,
Oh, I know. Oh
I met
gosh.
I met I met him and we were
Oh,
talking.
cool.
And I asked him, I said, look, I heard there was an alternate ending to the actual ending that you had. And I said, which one was actually better? The one that they used or the alternate one that they didn't use? And he kind of looked at me and
Wait,
he's like,
Andrew McCarthy?
huh? Yeah, Andrew McCarthy, yes. I met him and I asked him that question. And he kind of looked at me and he thought about it. He goes, I can't remember too much how the other ending went. But it did suck.
That much he knew.
He knew it
This
was.
much is true.
He knew it wasn't. He knew the other ending wasn't good, and they did the right thing when they used the ending that they used for the movie. Is that's what he told me? And it's and hold on a second. Oh, I wanted to go back to 16 Candles because I also met Anthony Michael Hall one time,
Mhm.
and is a movie that I didn't put on here because it really didn't take place at a school. But Weird Science was an 80's movie about kids who were in
Ah,
school, and it
well,
did have, and
they
I
were
should
in
put that in there,
school.
but the beginning and the end, the first scene and the last scene took place in school, but the whole movie didn't.
Mhm.
So I that's not really on the list. But I met Anthony Michael Hall, and I was like, I know everybody talks about 16 Candles and Breakfast Club with you, but I'm gonna tell you, my favorite thing you did was Weird Science, and he just started cracking. He thought that was the funniest thing. He just started cracking up.
Well,
Very nice
hey,
guy.
science is a school subject, so we can add that to. Although I like the theme song for Weird Science too by Oingo Boingo. So that's but
Okay.
what song was from Weird Science?
Um. The title song "Weird Science."
Okay,
I
that
do
yeah, Oingo
remember
Boingo.
there's a part at the end in Weird Science when Anthony Michael Hall is dropping his girl off, and they play "Tenderness" by General Public.
Oh yes. Oh my! How much did you love General Public? I
Yes,
love
yes.
General
And I
Public.
believe that gentleman, I can't remember his name, that lead singer, recently passed away within the last year from General
Oh,
Public. Yes. Now I have something here, and I need to look this up, but Bruce tagged Last American Virgin, and I don't know if that was
last
a high. Last American Virgin was that a high school movie? Because Bruce were doing high school movies from the 80's, but they are about kids, and they probably were in high school. Last American Virgin and Lionel Richie, because Bruce is a big Lionel Richie fan. The song "Oh No" by Lionel Richie was in Last American Virgin.
aha. I have to go back and let's see. Last American version. Version.
And Bruce
I can't
also
even remember that.
Bruce also mentioned Caddyshack, which had a lot of kids in it, but it wasn't about high school at all. So we're not using that one today.
Last American Virgin was 1982, and I guess I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
I've seen it. I've seen it. I can't remember too well.
Okay.
I don't think it was that good. And
Well,
sometimes, and
Kenny,
sometimes I
you
get
love Grease too, so you're yeah, it can't be trusted.
Grease 2 is up there with West Side Story as far as musicals go. Grease 2 is up there with Singing in the Rain and Stormy Weather. Why you
Right.
cut
It
me?
was so nice having Kenny Walker on for a little bit. It's a shame he has to go. Uh
Oh, that's
okay,
that's
I
so sad.
unmuted you. I'm sorry. I have
Yeah,
too much power here.
yeah, I know you do too. So, what? Hold on a second. Let me see something.
So,
Um,
okay, what's your list look like? So, I mean, we got so many good songs and
well,
I have some too. Uh,
I want to move on to something that I'm probably going to have to shut up for. In the 80's, there was a movie about a school, and it was Fame.
of course. Of course. And I know you're surprised that wasn't number 1 on my list,
I,
but
I am
the reason it
surprised.
wasn't number 1 was I'm sorry, what?
I am surprised that you didn't add that one first.
I didn't have it first because I think for like this is my 6th week of talking 80s movie music, and I know I did a 1 week where it was all Irene Cara versus Kenny Loggins, and I might have to come back and do that again only because the sound was out on most of that video. But um I've already played like Flashdance and Fame, and I think on my first like second week and the third like I played Fame again. So the song I wanted to feature this week was going to be the ballad, and that was Out Here on my own. Although
Yes.
to me, one of the best songs isn't even necessarily Irene Cara, but I do like I Sing the Body Electric, and that seems
Yes.
more um
That's a great song. That's
well,
and
more
that
graduation-y
yeah,
because it was their
yeah,
graduation.
it was their graduation song, and that song is a good song to post for this specific instance because that was a graduation song, and it is like a coming of age. And a lot of these movies too, because they're movies of schools and teenagers during school, all these movies are pretty much coming of age stories anyway. And that was the
Mhm.
great thing about these 80s movies about schools. They were all really back in the 80s, we had really good coming of age stories and movies
Mm.
back in the 80s. And a lot of these that we're mentioning are very good coming of age stories for Bruce, you are mentioning all these movies that we are not doing because they're not about schools. But thank you.
See, I can't see
And
Bruce
Bruce,
on my feed.
we did Purple Rain last week, man. So
Oh, last week was all Prince all the time. It was,
yeah, it was all
way
Prince.
too much Prince. Our mother was gonna watch, but she goes, "Y'all were talking about Prince, and I didn't wanna hear about that," so I just changed the channel.
Is our
So,
mother watching tonight?
probably not. I think she probably is still watching Obama. She probably
Okay.
not only is watching it, she probably is replaying it and watching it again and again.
Okay. So
So
you want okay, so um I want to go to another movie that I know you love.
oh, okay.
Better Off Dead.
Oh, I didn't have that on my list.
I'm on top
I
of it like it
didn't
was a
have that on
horse.
my list
I'm
because
on
I
top of
don't
it like
think
it was a horse.
you are on top of it like it's a horse. I didn't have Better Off Dead on my list. I love Better Off Dead. It's
Our mo-
one of my favorite John Cusack performances.
our mother
Uh,
is watching. Hi mom.
okay, I think your feet slowed down. Okay, yeah, I love Better Off Dead, but is there a good song from Better Off
Yes,
Dead? I mean,
yes, yes.
there are infinite
Okay.
movie
Well,
lines.
when
Where's
they're
my $2?
yes. And okay, so when they're fixing the car together, Howard Jones, Like to Get You Know You Well is playing.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Yes.
And the popular scene is when he's in the restaurant cooking and he doesn't want to be there. Everybody Wants Some by Van
Everybody
Halen.
Wants Some by, Van
Van Halen.
Halen.
Yes, it's playing.
Oh,
And the little claymation of the hamburgers and everything. Man, I am on top of this.
you are all over it. I can't even get these posted fast as you're giving them to me.
Better Off Dead. Better Off Dead was done in 1985. John
Oh,
Cusack. Um, so many classic one
okay,
Off
you
Dead.
kinda faded out on me.
Oh, there's all this snow up here. Oh,
The Better Off
so
Dead
many
had 2
classic one
good
liners from
songs.
Better
You
Off
had
Dead.
Everybody Wants Some by, Van Halen and Like to Get to Know You Well. Is that's when he was, working with the French, exchange student?
Yeah, on a
Like,
car.
when they had
Yes.
this yeah, working on the car and they had all the scenes. French toast, French
French
fries,
fries,
French that
French
movie,
dressing.
okay, yeah, folks, if you haven't seen Better Off Dead, you need to stream that or yeah, you gotta find that one. That
Yes.
is a classic. Curtis Armstrong, who, later appeared, I think, in a couple of episodes of Moonlighting, but Curtis Armstrong is in that, and he is hysterical,
Yes.
just
I
flat
I
out
al-
funny.
I also met him.
Who haven't you met?
Janet
You
Jackson.
Janet Jackson? Yeah.
I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do that. Um,
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
yeah. She's gonna fall in love with me.
Yeah. And leave her what, uh, Arabian Prince for you?
Probably.
I wouldn't hold your breath. But in any case,
But in any case, but yeah, Better Off Dead, and so I have a few movies. They don't have any songs on them. But the next movie I have, I want to mention as a school movie because it is another cult classic,
Hmm.
and it didn't really have too many songs on it. But the title of the movie is a popular Beatles song, and that's "Can't Buy Me Love,"
Ah,
which was made in 1987, and everybody remembers Ronald McDonald Miller.
Can't Buy Me Love was 1987.
Yes.
But nothing on the soundtrack that you liked?
Well, there is a song. And I didn't write down who sang it, and I thought I did, but it's a song from the '80s called "Certain Things Are Likely,"
Mm.
and it was certain things are likely. But I forgot who does that, and I have to find that, and that's totally my bad. But there's really no songs from that movie. It's just a movie about schools in the '80s that is a cult classic, and there's a couple other '80s movies I want to mention that take place in schools, and there's
Mhm.
one in the '80s that has no big songs on it, but it's one about school, and it's a classic Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story.
Takes place in a school during the '80s. There's no good songs from it, but a Christmas story. It's a
Mm,
school story. Coming of
that's a
age.
stretch.
Right? Okay. Just one of the guys I mentioned that earlier. That was in
Which is
1985.
just one of the guys. Mhm.
Yeah, and Summer
That was
School
19.
85,
Mhm.
1985, and Summer School was 1987. Oh, here's the movie I forgot.
There's one I
1980.
have on my list that you haven't hit yet, and I'm surprised you haven't hit
Okay,
it, but
well
I'll
maybe
probably end on it.
yeah. Well,
And what
okay, in
oh,
19
summer
in
school.
yeah, Summer School. But this one is from 1986 and is
What year was
Lucas.
summer school?
Summer School is 1987.
Okay.
But the next one I wanted to mention was Lucas in 1986.
Oh, Lucas.
And that took place all school. Now, it had two hit songs on the soundtrack. One was Walk of Life by the Dire Straits. And the other one was, I know you love the song, King for a Day by the Thompson Twins.
I don't even know that song.
If I was king for just one day.
Nah, I'm not crazy about it. I'd like Walk of Life better.
You know, like I like King for a Day.
Oh, nah, Walk of Life is a better song.
And oh,
Woohoo!
you know what I forgot to mention from Pretty in Pink?
What was
Um,
that?
one of the most popular scenes in Pretty in Pink
Oh,
was
Ducky.
Ducky singing
Try a
Otis
little
Redding,
tenderness.
"Try a Little Tenderness."
Oh, we definitely did that in I think one of the first or no, actually that was the sing along. One week we did all sing alongs where people were lip syncing to songs
Right.
and like the Big Chill and but Ducky's lip syncing Otis Redding's Try a Little Tenderness is classic.
Yes. Yes. And
Awesome.
he mentioned
Awesome.
how his mother would play Otis. That's Otis. My mom played all the time. So, I remember lines from these movies too and everything. So what movie did you have that I didn't mention?
Okay, well, we're going to wrap up, but before we do, if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. It's over there, down over there. Or is it down there? I don't know. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up. If you have an idea for a theme for next week's show, which will be Kathy and Kenny talk pop culture, I don't. Well, we haven't decided on the name. He has.
If you have a name for a show that you would like to suggest, please send it in to us.
I like how you make these proclamations. You get up in the camera and then you just sit
Send
back.
it to us. That's it.
All right. But we are going to wrap up the playlist. The last song, the last movie, um, gosh, I can't even put the words together. That's where I am today. Uh, you've been in Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist with special guest Kenny Walker, who is here with us on the playlist. Next week, we're going to kind of revamp the show and go back and forth, not necessarily with 80s movie music, but with some other pop culture topics. And welcome your discussion. So please, by all means, give us a comment, give us a question, and we can take it on. We are in the playlist. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe on Facebook. Give us a like. Saturday nights, we might move it to 8 o'clock just because I'm old and I got to get to sleep. Um, but it's
We're
10
gonna,
o'clock. And you know what movie from the 80s you failed to mention?
what is that?
And you know why? Because it's very late 80s. It was 1989.
Uh-oh.
1989, and I know we don't have the rights to the music, but if I give you a few chords, you'll know exactly what we missed.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
No, I can't hear that.
Oh, okay. It must be on only my
No, I can't hear that. I don't think anybody
okay,
can hear that.
it's on my computer, and you know what? The sound is not coming from the computer. It's actually coming from my roadcaster. So that's probably why you
Oh,
can't.
I hear
Can you
that.
hear that? Okay. All right. So I guess I had to feed it through the roadcaster so you can't hear it. But the one that we did miss was from 1989, and it is Lean on Me.
Oh, yes. That
Lean on
was
Me.
that was
Definitely
on
about
that.
school.
Yeah, it's definitely about school, and I missed that one because I didn't. Was there a good song from that?
Hello, the title
Yeah,
song.
well, Lean on Me. Besides that, though.
Uh, um I don't know whether the soundtrack was heavy with hits per
Yeah,
se. But again, I mean, it was Morgan Freeman
yeah, Morgan Freeman.
holding
Yeah,
down the school.
with a
I can't
baseball
even
bat.
say my favorite line from the movie.
I don't think I have a favorite line from that movie. I don't think I was into that movie as
Oh, you know
much.
what? Oh man, oh Lean on Me. That is awesome. It had Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. So
Okay, well that's a hit. Yeah.
that's 80s, definitely. That was definitely a hit. Lean on Me. Of course, again, you had the whole Club Nouveau version as well. I don't see where they had really a lot of like hits. Although I
Yeah.
always loved the kids singing the alma mater was always really nice. But Lean on Me, definitely. If you're talking school themed movies from the 80s, and I mean we hit a lot of them.
Yes.
Everything from uh Back to the Future, Breakfast Club. Oh, you know what? We didn't talk about Back to School, which was from
Oh, that's right.
1986,
Yeah, I
starring
missed that
Rodney
one.
Dangerfield.
I missed
And there
that one.
really wasn't a great song from it,
Right.
but of course, Rodney
Well,
Dangerfield catchline was you're supposed to come in with it.
what?
Rodney Dangerfield's catchline?
Get no respect?
Exactly, no respect. So actually, respect is on the soundtrack. So that's one
Well,
song we were going to feature in the playlist.
and Rodney Dangerfield doing Twist and Shout also.
Oh yeah, and that kind of swings back to we also talked about Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Peggy Sue Got Married, Grease 2, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, Weird Science, Fame, Better Off Dead, Can't Buy Me Love, Just One of the Guys. What else did we hit?
Lucas,
Lucas and Summer
Fame,
School.
Porky's,
Porky's. Yeah, we
Fame,
said Fame, Porky's, all of those great movies, all about school and all about the class of
Back to the Future.
2020. We salute you if you are graduating this year. Just know that you
Your
are not alone.
your nie-
Tons of
your,
folks
your niece is graduating
experiencing
this
the
year.
same thing.
Your niece is graduating this year.
Oh, she is. Oh, yes, she is.
She
So, are
is.
they doing a ceremony or a virtual ceremony, or how are they doing that?
They haven't decided what they're doing yet.
Okay,
There's not
because
been
I
a decision
know.
on that yet.
Okay, because for our graduates, we're doing something virtually for them uh, on the actual graduation date, which is next Saturday. And then on August the 1st, we're going to try to have some form of a ceremony for them. And hopefully it can be something, even if it's with social distancing rules,
Yeah.
that we can have them at least walk across the stage and depending on what guidelines are in place, so that they will be celebrated. But they have to know that they are not alone. Everybody, whether you're graduating from kindergarten, eighth grade, high school, college, doctorates, aren't getting to really celebrate
Celebrate, you
and
know.
have this ceremony. But again, the most important thing is you have the diploma, you have that knowledge, so you'll be ready to go forth in the world and hopefully tackle it in a way that we won't be in situations like we're in now.
Yes.
But that said, I want to thank those of you who tuned in, who are checking this out, or if you're watching the rebroadcast on our YouTube channel. And again, if you are, please subscribe. We are going to be here next week. If there's a theme or a movie that you want us to talk about, by all means, leave it in the comments, send us a message. We will get it. This has been Kathy's Infinite 80s movie music playlist with special guest Kenny Walker. Thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out. And we will see you next time on the playlist.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.